Well, my friends, this is a time of celebration, isn't it? It's a time of mitzvah when you see your enemies crumble and your armies victorious. And let me just say, it is a wonderful, wonderful day, not just for the people of Israel, but for the people of Lebanon. Because the truth is that the terrorists in Hezbollah have held Lebanon hostage for too long. For too long has Hassan Nasrallah and his child trafficking, drug dealing network of war criminals held an entire nation hostage. For too long has he brought murder to Lebanon, to Syria, to Jordan, and yes, to Israel. But for too long has he been spreading hatred. But let's focus on the truth, shall we? It's not just him. He didn't do it alone, did he? Does anybody have any guesses as to who might be behind him? Well, look, I'd love to comment on Iranian politics, but sadly I've been sanctioned by the Ayatollah. And it would be inappropriate, obviously, to describe them for the murderous regime of barbaric dictators, women haters, people haters that they truly are, wouldn't it? That would be grossly unfair. I would never do that. The truth is that the last 9-10 months have been revealing, haven't they? They've exposed a lot of people for the side they're on, the paths they choose. There's been those of us who have seen a brutal and horrific attack on innocent people enjoying a weekend. We've seen it, and what have we seen with it? We've seen those of us who stood with the hostages and those who stood with the hostage takers. We've seen those who have stood with the Democrats and those who have stood with the terrorists. We've seen those who have chosen the path of violence and those who've chosen the path of peace. I think we, as a party, should be proud of where we've stood. I think we as Conservatives should be proud of who we are. I think we as Conservatives should be absolutely clear that we will always stand with democracies defending themselves against tyrannies. And that is what we have done. But let's also be clear that some have not seen this message so clearly. Let's also identify where it hasn't been heard. To those who say there should be an arms embargo on a country defending itself against terror, I say no. To those who say that a country can only defend itself if it does so as though it was a police action, not a war, I say no. To those who say that we should forget hostages taken by a brutal, tyrannical regime of terrorists, I say no. No, no, no. This country stands with democracy. This country stands with freedom. And this country today stands with Israel.